Once again, back is the incredible.
So, hey, you guys, welcome to another episode of The Lost Crates. I know we've been missing MIA, but we are back. I am your host, Hakeem Rashad Muhammad, coming to you live from Portland, Oregon. And to my left, most definitely deaf, is my baby brother.
Hey, it's your guy, J Mac. What's happening, world? Hey, y'all tuning in for another episode of Lost Crates. Got one of our old school comrades on deck today. You know what I'm saying? We got my main man, Wolveryne. What's happening with you?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good, and I'm thankful, man, that y'all got me on this show, man. I'm honored.
Man, we are honored to have you, man. Let me say this before we even get rolling, man. I want to give you a big shout out and a big, huge thank you just for being willing. Everything he asked you for. Hey, you want to do a show? Bam, yes. Hey, you got some pictures? Right. Bam, pictures. Hey, how about bam, Monday? And you hear really appreciate that. So let's get started. Go ahead, man. Introduce yourself to the people out here, bro.
My name is, my real name is Craig Warren, but they call me Wolveryne. I am a music producer, slash musician, slash writer, slash singer, slash rapper, slash innovator, slash anything that has to do with music.
It's a lot of slashes, my brother. You're going to bleed to death with all the slashes.
Man.
Slash.
In me.
But,
man.
Yeah, right. And we're finding that out with a lot of people our age, you know, is like we've been through the game and we've worn many hats. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And just being around, because I'm like you, I have a producer, musician, actually drummer, you know, so that's why I ask you what you call yourself, because I know, like me, you've been in the studio and you watch. I can do that, and you start to know what you like. You start to make your own stuff. So where are you based out of, man? I want you to tell your story. So what city? Where you born and raised? All that kind of stuff.
I was born and raised in Portland, Oregon, at Best Kaiser Hospital.
Oh, Emmanuel.
Yeah. So I was born and raised in Portland, Oregon, man.
Wow.
Hey, now you
raised, man.
like Hakeem said, you got a lot of slashes in between. You know what I mean, of all those various things that you do. What was your beginning or your intro into music, and what inspired you to get into it from the giddy up?
You know, as a youngster, man, you know, I remember riding in the car in the morning when my dad used to take me to school. And I remember riding in the car, and I remember when it rained, the windshield wipers used to have this rhythmic pattern.
Oh my God.
And so I used to listen to this rhythmic pattern, and all these ideas would come to my mind. Like I would just be having all these rhythmic patterns to add to that rhythmic pattern that I'm hearing. And I would always do that. I would always do it. Any type of rhythmic pattern that just kept going over and over again, I would always do it as a youngster. You know what I mean? So I would always have these rhythmic patterns in my head. And so I would, you know, I'd be on the stairs drumming, and I'd be on the stairs, and I'd make drum sets out of pillows and just use the you know, the old what's those hangers with the
the little
white thing.
I did the same thing, a little piece of cardboard. It'd be like a little tube.
Yes,
I'm
hip. Use those as drumsticks on my pillows. So I just always had it in me.
Right.
Always had it in me, man. So
I relate to that, dude. I'm a drummer. I've messed up so many of them. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So what I want to ask you too, at what age because you know, we all have this defining moment, you know, like at what age did hip hop hit you and you say, you know what, that's me right there. I want to do that. That's my life.
You know, when I think it was when Sugar Hill came out, when Sugar Hill Gang came out, and I heard that rap, and I just heard it, and I was like, that's what I want to do. I think this is super duper. This is what I heard that.
And I'm with you on that, bro. And not to toot on my own horn, because I hate talking about myself on the show, but on one of my songs.
No, you don't.
You earned it. You earned it, brother. You earned it,
right, bro. So, but on the real, Jay and I have this song called "Back in the Day" that we did. And one of my favorite lyrics on that song was basically an homage to Wonder Mike from the Sugar Hill Gang. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that, like you got to think about it. Wonder Mike was the first voice that you heard because he went first on that song. So I always give this shout out to Wonder Mike. The minute I heard Wonder Mike's voice, I was like, that's what I want to do. In that deep, so I always want to meet him. I always want to meet Wonder Mike and tell him that.
Yeah,
it wasn't just me; it was Wolveryne too.
Right, absolutely.
You changed lives, bro. Hip hop. As soon as you named the whole genre. As soon as you said, I said a hip hop, the hip it, and everybody's like,
that was it.
You gotta do that hip hop stuff. That hip hop, the hip it.
That was the power. Yep, that was the power.
And I wonder if people tell them that, just that's me taking over the show, but I just really wonder if people tell Wonder Mike, your voice was the first rapper I ever heard in my life. Your voice was the beginning of this thing. You inadvertently named hip hop from your lyric on the Sugar on Rapper's Delight. Man, I love you now, man.
Because they set it off. I mean, not just in the States, but internationally. And even when it got international, people start picking up after it later. You know what I mean? I got to get kind of that. All he wants is the old school stuff. That's all he wants over there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And you were mentioning the fellas. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about your crew. How did y'all first link up? You know what I mean? And tell us a little bit about how that came about.
It's crazy because when I was I think I was 15 years old, 15 or 16. My cousin came to me and was like, man, and at this time I hadn't been singing or nothing. I've been singing at home.
Right.
But I hadn't been, you know what I mean? And my cousins and stuff, they hear me, and my cousin had called me and said, look, man, I'm starting to sing a group, man, you're gonna be in it. We're having practice tomorrow. I'm coming to get you. You know what I mean? And so we were, so I got involved in this gospel group called Isaiah.
Yes.
And
shout out to Isaiah.
Yeah. And
big up to all the fellas, man.
And at this time, we were singing around, and I used to see Marlon Versatile on at different church functions, because we were in the church, you know what I mean? I used to see him at different church functions, and I used to see him on public cable access singing. And so I used to sit there and think man, he'd be a good fit in our group. You know what I mean? And so so my cousin went and got him, and we formed Isaiah, and we both could rhyme. Everybody in the crew could rhyme, you know what I mean? Because we did that, just hanging out.
Right.
And so really Isaiah was the group that for the Kirk Franklins.
Yeah.
And all these people that are out now. We paved the way. We took all the scars.
Before that, we
took all the scars. We took all the shame from from all the other churches of, oh my God, they have steps. You know what I mean? They couldn't really get with that. It's come on, we steps. That's what we do. We step. You know what I mean? We have routines. You know what I mean? They seen the routines and they were like, oh my God.
Man, that is,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
And we took all the scars and stuff so Kirk Franklin can live.
Right. You know what? And so, even though you say it kind of jest, but kind of for real, that's real talk.
Yeah.
You guys literally, I worked at a record stop in town, and you guys were one of the first people I actually heard do that. You know what I'm saying? Where, because I wasn't, nowhere near a church person, but when I heard y'all, I was just like, and then I'm saying to myself, how can this be wrong if it has somebody who's not in the church bobbing their head to it? You know what I'm saying? You get your I saw that face exactly. So that's how I looked at it, because I was really digging, just the whole sound. And what I wanted to ask you, even though I asked the other two brothers, I actually asked Saul, aka Jumbo, and Verse. We asked them the same thing. What was the thing that kind of had Isaiah morph into the Lifesavers? because you guys was kind of like this Parliament Funkadelic feel, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't really sure, like, is this the group? Is this the group? Is this? So when are they Isaiah? So when are they Lifesavers? Right. So I want you to clear that up, or if you can, shed some light on it from your perspective, please.
Well, what happened was is that we were getting, once we got a DJ, which was Solomon.
Yes. Jumbo.
And Jumbo. We were always on the road, and we were using him as a DJ, but we all knew that we can all rap.
Yeah.
And so then we had Herman, aka Sly the Brown Hornet.
Yeah, Sly, yes.
And he is the one that actually came up with, the whole idea of having a group called the Lifesavers.
Wow.
That's what I mean? So,
I don't remember that part of shout out to Herm.
Yeah.
We gotta get him on here. Sly. You gotta get Sly on here, man.
Absolutely. You gotta get Sly the Brown Hornet on.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, man.
Definitely. Yeah, he was the one that came up with the name, because somebody actually, when we were somewhere, they were like, oh my God, you guys are Lifesavers. You know what I mean?
Sly used to DJ, right? Sly used to be on the ones and twos.
Yeah, Sly, definitely, man. Definitely.
Oh yeah, man. He's my friend.
So he was always with us.
Yeah.
And he rhymed, so he wanted to form the group, and we just all formed the group. So we all had, so either way it went, we had something to do. If you needed singing, we could do that. If you needed just rapping, we got you there too.
Y'all just go change clothes. Hey, the gospel group is here. Yeah, y'all need a rap group? Hold on. Man. Rap group's here. That's what's up. I didn't know Sly the Brown Hornet had had such an, I knew he was around you guys too, but I didn't know he had a really integral part in that. That's actually good to know.
Oh, absolutely.
Man.
Absolutely.
So take so now we have Isaiah. Spell it for me, because I don't want to
Izaya.
Okay, because I had a lot of people looking at it trying to spell it traditionally. I'm like, bro, you're gonna be looking for a minute. So it's Isaiah. So was it exact same members?
We've had a few different members along the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we've always kept the core. Kept the core.
So the core was both groups, same group, just
both groups.
Whatever the venue dictated, right? Yeah. So y'all suited and booted.
Dictated.
Our jeans.
If they said we need both of them.
Yep. We'll be right back. That's what's up. Oh,
hey, on camera about the difference between like music of back in the day, right? And when I thought about it, not only was the music different back in the day and the subject matter and stuff, but the performances was different. And I want to ask you about that, because I remember coming to y'all's shows, it was dripping in sweat, rocking the house. Y'all wasn't doing no lip syncing. You know what I mean? It was just all live. So I go to concerts nowadays, pre-COVID, and a lot of the rappers, they're like lip syncing on top of the tracks. You know what I'm saying? And it really takes away from their performance, because you can't really hear it. It sounds like their voice is doubled up, and then sometimes they can't even keep up with the track. How important was it for you as an artist to not only put out the great music that you guys put out, but as well as put on the great shows that you guys rocked? You know what I mean?
Ooh, that's a great question. And the word is #rehearsal.
Yeah. We're familiar with that word.
Man, let me tell you. We used to watch y'all show, and we knew that y'all rehearsed.
Right on.
Y'all rehearsed. And so we've always, and especially being in the church, you go to the choir rehearsal, you know what I mean? We rehearse, you know what I mean? We rehearsed every week. We rehearsed our routines, we rehearsed everything down to everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's the difference between back then and now. Nobody rehearses nothing.
Right.
They just want to keep it lit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything's microwave. We want to keep it lit. You know what I mean?
And we were like that too. And so we were inspired. Roger Troutman and Zapp. They came
Absolutely.
to they came to the Roseland, and we just
Yeah, I
watched
remember.
their show.
I
And
remember.
you could see, like I said, they had like one of the elements we took from their show is they highlight people at certain moments of the show.
Yes.
So we would do that.
Yes.
Like there'd be a moment, there'd be a Hakeem moment, there'd be a J Mac moment,
Yes.
there'd be a P
Yes.
moment. And we noticed that with you guys
Yes.
too. We like,
Yes,
and
man.
we noticed y'all had a song order. You guys had a flow to it. And
Yes.
I just to piggyback on my brother's thing, we were just as impressed with you guys as you guys were with us, because
Man,
there weren't
appreciate
too
it.
many groups that were rehearsing like that. That's kind of why we had a leg up, and we never said we were more talented than they were. We never said we were better
Right.
artists or rappers. What we did say is
Right.
we worked harder. And you're not gonna say you worked harder than us. You're not. You can say you're a better rapper, and you ain't gonna say you worked harder. You're not gonna say that.
Right. Absolutely.
Huh?
They can't
Yeah.
say that.
Okay, J Man, you may not be a better rapper than J Mac though.
That's right. That's right.
Play it, man.
That's
All right. I know. So Wolverine, are you still in town? So how you doing? What's going on with Wolverine these days, bro? How you dealing with
Man.
the COVID and all that kind of stuff?
The COVID is, you know what the COVID has done for me?
What's that?
The COVID has done, for some people it has a different effect. Some people it's like, oh, it's just been the worst year, but it's put me in a different perspective with my mind frame. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It made me go within myself. You know what I mean? To figure out some things that I need to do for myself. And when I did that, everything around me was good, because the COVID wasn't even in my mental anymore.
right.
You know what I mean? Because it made me go within. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It made me read more books
Right.
that I had that I needed to read. It made me do the things. It made me
That's
do
where
some,
I knew that's where you were going.
deep cleaning.
Yeah, all
know
the
what I
stuff
mean?
that you put on the back burner. You all of a sudden
all
had
the
time.
stuff
Yeah.
that I put on now I have time to do it. Now I had time to do it. Now I look back and I'm like, man, 2020 I'm sorry, but it was one of the best years of my life.
Man, I'm agreeing with you. Like I'm saying the same thing. Like I've never been this productive. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
I salute you on that. Yeah.
Before I
Yeah.
forget, this has been on my mind for like years, and I almost forgot to ask you the name Wolverine. Where did that come from? What is the origin of your
That's a
name?
crazy story.
Yeah, and I
Crazy
never
story.
asked you. Like,
Crazy
yeah, so I
story.
want to know. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I was, I was with this artist, Portland artist named Kenny Mack.
Yes, Kenny
And,
Malone. Yeah,
That's one of my dearest friends, man, from way back. You know what I mean?
yeah.
The Kenny Mac.
So we were recording together. Now, mind you, he had no idea that Wolverine was my favorite character. You know what I mean?
Oh, X-Men. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we were in the studio one day. We were at Tory Ward's house, my cousin Tory.
I know
Ward.
Tory Ward. Yes.
We were at shout out to Tory Ward. We were at his house, and we were sitting there, and he was like, "Man, I was thinking of different names because I was still doing gospel stuff, and I was going under the name Dub Flex at that time.
That's what I know.
I mean?
Yes.
Dub Flex, and
Yeah.
so I wanted to have another alias for the for the other stuff. You know what I mean? And so he was sitting there. He was like, "Man, you should be the Wolverine, bro. You cutting shit up, man, with them tracks, man. You should be the Wolverine, bro." And I was like, "Man, you're right." And so I became the Wolverine. But check this out. That's not even the knee slapper.
Okay. Well,
The knee slapper is I was looking up the Wolverine, and I was looking up the traits and stuff, and I was looking, and it was telling me what the traits was, and I was like, "Oh my God, it fits me to a T." And it told me that the Wolverine was talking about Leos. I'm a Leo.
oh,
So it all coincided with me as being a Leo. So I was like, oh my God, it went deep.
that. And when you said Dub
went
Flex,
deep.
so yeah, the reason I'm asking you because I know Dub Flex. Who is this Wolverine dude everybody talking about?
Right.
I was naming all the dudes.
Yes,
They got another
yes.
dude. And then it took me a minute to put it together. I think Jumbo said both your names one day. You know what I'm saying? I think like he needed to get in touch with you, so he mentioned you as Wolverine, and then he mentioned you as Craig. So then it went, oh, damn, okay. So that's Wolverine. But all this time I've been meaning to ask you that. So that's actually awesome. I thought it was sports. I should have bet J Mac. I'm glad I didn't, because we did a coin flip. I'm like, that sounds like an athlete. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, I bet you that has something to do with sports. Nope.
No, they had everything to do with the Wolverine from the X-Men, because he, first of all, he healed fast.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm a fast healer. You know what I mean? He was a sensitive guy. You know what I mean? Throughout the, trying to be hard and all that, he had a heart.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Right. You know what I mean? And he was really sensitive, and that's me too. So I took on all those traits.
That's what's up, man. So I wanted to say this to you too.
Perfect name right there.
It is.
Yeah.
And here's what I wanted to say to you, making the segue, is because you said you heal fast. We're all relatively the same age. I'm actually a little older than you, and I'm looking at you, man. You are looking really good. Like, you're looking healthy. Like, the minute you came up on the screen, I'm like, this brother's been taking care of himself, man. And I was wanting to point that out, man. So what you been up to, man? How's your health, man? Are you good?
My health is good. One time I went to the doctor, and I just went for a regular checkup. And they asked me to do a stool check.
Yeah, right.
And so I did the stool check, and everything came back normal, but it was just the thought of me having to take a stool test had me thinking about all the things that had been going on with my body as me getting older, especially as a black man. Right. You know what I mean? I have we have a high statistic in colon cancer in black people, especially black males. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes, sir.
And another thing that we're pretty stubborn when it comes to trying to go to the doctor.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of us are really stubborn. We won't say nothing. We'll have pains for years and won't say nothing to nobody. You know what I mean? And I just decided to say, you know what? I can't do that. I can't afford to do that. You know what I mean? So I started getting checkups regularly.
Yes, sir.
I work out every single day.
Right.
Every single day.
I wish I could say that. I try to.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I work out every single day, man. I try to eat, right. I try to cut out all the foods that are not good for me.
Yes.
I try to drink plenty of water, as much as water as possible. You know what I mean? Because water is the key.
That's what's
actually.
Up.
Yes. You know what I mean? So,
yes.
But my main thing is for people, that are getting, older, especially black men, to really go within and really look at yourself and really be honest with yourself and say, look, man, you're not getting any younger, and to really go get checked. Go check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Bottom line, man, I don't want to interrupt you, man, but I got at least 3 texts from my mom. Schedule your colonoscopy. Schedule your colonoscopy.
Yes.
So hearing you, I'm gonna schedule my colonoscopy in case my mom is watching.
Get it done, man. Get it done.
That's real, man. Thank you for sharing that, man. I appreciate you.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't waiting around. I'm one of those guys that if something's going on with my body, I'm that first dude to the doctor's office.
Okay. Yeah. You good?
I don't play. I've lost relatives that probably should have gone ahead of time and
right.
So I didn't want to be that guy, but thank be to God, all is well with Mac, and we hope that all is well with our other family and friends around the world.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you about a question I have for you about the music.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm interested in knowing, like, what joints got you in that zone back in the days, and then what joints get you rocking to this day? What old school artists used to get you going? You know what I'm saying? And then what new school artists is Wolverine feeling right now?
From Portland?
Just in general.
Just in general? Okay. You know,
you reach to your record crates, whether it's local or international, and you pull something out. It's like, yeah, I'm about to slap this.
You know what, man? It's something about more bounce, man. That that more bounce is so powerful to me. It's like, man, I remember being in the I remember being in the 8th grade. I was in the 8th grade, and I was going to Whitaker Middle School, and I was, you know, at 8th grade, and I had a friend that his uncle was a pimp, and he used to come up to the school, and we used to be in the car, you know, being bad. He used to be in the car, and he was playing More Bounce to the Ounce, and I was going, what in tarnations is this? This is some new age,
right?
Type robotic. What is it? And I was so hooked, bro. That is that song that will have me just take over every time it comes on.
That's what's up.
To this day.
Me too. I think I listened to it maybe 2 or 3 days ago. Hey man, a couple of things. One, I want to thank you again, man, just for doing this, because this time goes by really, really, really quickly.
Yeah.
So, but I want to ask you, what are you up to today? Are you working on anything? You got any projects in the work? You in the studio?
Yes, I have some instrumental albums out now that are on all platforms.
Okay.
I got one is called the Boom Bap 9 Ether.
Oh,
and that's all boom bap.
Let me write the Boom Bap Ether.
The Boom Bap 9 Ether.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are these instrumentals that you're looking for artists to feature on, or are they just instrumentals that you just put out?
Yeah, they're instrumentals that I just put out, you know, because they don't like to hear lyrics and stuff. Some people just like to hear it, you know, and some people like to just be at home freestyling all day and making up their own songs, their own concerts, and they you know what I mean, in their bathrooms or wherever they're doing it. Just the instrumentals.
Yeah, you go. I mean? Wolverine making soundtracks to their life.
Absolutely. So I wanted to be the, you know, the first producer to put out instrumental albums in every genre.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So I got them out in every genre. Like I got a instrumental album called The Caribbean Nights, which is all you know what I mean, Afro beat.
Right.
Okay.
I got one with, you know, trap. I call it trap. It's called the Trap and B.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's all, you know,
trap house stuff,
R&B, but you know, trap stuff.
Yeah.
I got a lo-fi. It's called the Lo-Fi Theory album that's out.
That just sounds bomb.
So yeah,
so I'm just, lo-fi
theory? It's called the Lo-Fi Theory. It's all lo-fi beats. You know, nowadays they call the you know, the old type of
crackly old
the
school,
boom bap. Yeah, they call
like
it
back. Yeah, if you can hear the crackle in the record, it's not all smooth. We called it grimy.
Yeah,
the grimy beats.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So we're gonna play one of those in a minute.
Okay.
I don't know, whichever one you like. We may pick one ourselves. I don't know how we're gonna edit this later, but we're gonna play one of your hits, man. Well, instrumental or something. What would you prefer? Some instrumental?
Yes, something instrumental, definitely.
All right, we'll definitely do that. that shit was fire, man. And you got a whole bunch more stuff.
Appreciate that.
Man, and you've been doing it for years, man. So I shouldn't be surprised. You know what I'm saying? That you sound good.
Sir.
All three of y'all. I mean, I should say,
I appreciate it, bro.
ones, you know, you, Verse, and Jumbo. Man, you guys are incredible, man. And thank you for that. Thank you for blessing us with that right there.
Appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it.
Hey, for people out there, man, that want to hear more than the one we just played and want to check out your whole repertoire, your whole library or whatnot, man, how can they do so?
Man, they can check on all platforms. All they got to do is type in Wolveryne, and that's WOLVERYNE. That's WOLVERYNE. Yes, definitely. And all my instrumental albums will pop up, and even some other stuff that I've done will pop up as well.
Okay,
that's what's up,
man.
Right before we go, one more question. Who are you listening to now, man? When you're reaching your crates, who you pulling out the crates nowadays?
You know, I'm listening to West Side Gun.
Okay.
Who else am I listening to? Man, I like a little bit of Roddy Ricch.
Okay.
I like some of these new cats, man. Who else I like Mozzie.
Okay.
Let me see. I like his flow. I like Mozzie's flow. Let's see, who else am I listening to these days?
I'm over here taking notes. I'm doing some homework. Yeah, you giving me a research list, brother.
And and then as far as R&B is concerned, like I like all the women acts are killing it right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
Her and SZA and what's the other one? What's her name? I forgot her name, but she's real popular.
Just killed the Super Bowl.
That song on the Super Bowl?
I hate that song, but she made me listen to it. That's how you know it's like she can sing. That was nice, man. All right, well,
yes, definitely.
Man, I am so happy that you did this for us. And once again, this is the Lost Crates. You know, we are here we're trying to do 2 of these shows a month, but we've been busy. I don't know if you checked us out. We also have ucrew.fm. So when you get a chance, check us out on that. So
been doing that.
Hey, I was just
glad you have.
Just gonna say we need to get that instrumental. I'm gonna be borrowing a couple of your instrumentals for my talkovers, man. You dig what I'm saying?
Man, there you go. All good. That's all good. I would appreciate that.
Okay, all right. So that has been the Lost Crates with our man, Mr. Craig Wolveryne Warren. I can call him Craig because I know him and love him. Right. Y'all, so check us out. This is another episode of the Lost Crates. J Mac, say something cool.
Hey, peace and love to all y'all around the world. Let's get through this COVID. Let's love our families and respect our neighbors, y'all. One love.
And we are out. Lost Crates, y'all.
Once again, back is the incredible